Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we live again, man. They shut me down. I think that's my very last strike. Can't do it again. I think that's my third one, or the channel will be shut down. Um, I said, YouTube, stop bullying my man. They shut me down, man. I saw the little community strike. That's the third one. So, if I can't do it anymore, man, just so y'all know. And now people gonna try to take advantage of that. Oh, prove it. Every time I prove it, every time I show y'all what y'all be talking about and what I be talking about, every single time. Every time. YouTube shut it down, man. Yeah, it's good to see me too. Hopefully I'm still seen tomorrow. Hopefully they don't say the 3 is bye-bye. I think it's the one after 3, but we'll see. But yeah, man, we can't watch no more film. It was what it was. So what y'all think about the film that we did watch? What y'all think about the film that we did watch? And I'm asking y'all to keep it 100, man. Yeah, I understand some of y'all are fanboys, and all right, I get that. But I'm asking y'all to keep it 100. What you think about the film that we watch? What'd you think? Somebody said average. Wow. You made your point, any bro. It was a fair assessment. Appreciate it, bro. Tua has improved greatly since that game. Okay. 6.5 out of 10. I think it was a bad game for Tua. Okay. Because there was a lot of things later on in the game that he did, and they won the game because they came back off of a lot of his throws. But I remember the game. Those throws were wide open guys. So let's get back to the original point that I was trying to make. It's not about what he didn't do well. It was just simply to justify why I wouldn't have taken him at 5, but I would have been willing to take him at 9. Because there's too many unknowns. And he does that type of play versus the best competition every single time. Every time. Every time in the biggest game, national championship, SEC championship, any of those games, the best competition, that's what Tua has done. We've gotten so used to him playing 13 games in a season, and he looks like Superman in 12 of them. And he does that in the last 2. And we look at his overall body versus scrubs to flood out what he does in the biggest games. That has always been my concern. That's why I wasn't gung-ho on drafting him at number 5. But I know the kid is talented. It is what it is. What's your question, Lutu? Let me know, bro. What's your question, bro? Did it freeze again on us or something? Did it freeze again? Because everybody, did it pause? If Herbert and Burrow weren't starting, TD wouldn't care if he started now or now. Yes, I would. Because I want Tua on the field. I want to know what we have in him. My question is, they seeding him for a reason. Well, what's that reason? That's what we're trying to find out. What is that reason? I might be the same situation with Miami. Nah, you good. React to Packers game. Listen, I don't want him to start because of Burrow and Herbert. I want him to start because I want to know if he's the guy now. What if Tua's on the practice field giving you what we just saw on that film? Making some throws, but holding on to the ball, also making bad throws, throwing interceptions. What if he's out there doing that? He's thrown interceptions already. That's already been recorded. But what if that's what they're seeing in practice from him? What we just saw on film in the Georgia game, the game that y'all told me he played flawless. And the reason why y'all told me he played flawless because all you remember is the miraculous throw and that he came back and won. That tell me people ain't watching film. That tells me people not watching film. They caught into the sparkle of he brought him back and he threw the game-winning touchdown. Oh my gosh. They said that was the wrong game, TD, but I had half of the comment section saying Georgia, 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 Georgia. I said give me a top 10 team. Don't tell me LSU because I know that game in and out. That ain't the game either. So I asked everybody, which game are we talking about? Which game are we talking about? That he played against great competition on the biggest stage with the great defense, and he played phenomenal, like Burrow did in those moments. Like Trevor Lawrence did in one of the moments and not the other. Don't get that twisted either. I like Trevor's game, but Trevor showed up big in one and then folded in another. Am I wrong? So that make you think twice as well. I like Trevor's game, but there's some things in that too. Hey, we're not going to sit here and act like he's the very perfect thing coming out either. Are you trolling or are you legit not liking Tua? If I'm gonna be honest, I want to like Tua. It's not that I don't like Tua. I want to like Tua, but I don't judge a quarterback coming out of college playing Appalachian State. I don't judge a quarterback coming out of college playing all the scrubs in the SEC. So what do? I go straight to the meat and potatoes when I judge a quarterback. I say, LSU, let me see the footage. I say, Georgia, let me see the footage. I say, all the top teams, great competition, let me see the footage. And then I go check my work by going to watch a few of those other games with teams that aren't as good, the middle of the pack of the SEC. And I see guys with 20-foot separation walking in for touchdowns. I see 8-second protection if nobody open. I see the easiest game you can play. So it ain't got nothing to do with do I like him or not. Being a Miami Dolphins fan, a year ago, I didn't expect nothing with no Tua. I started hearing the rumblings of tank for Tua. What they mean about tank for Tua? I didn't have one way or another in it. But I'm sitting back like, oh, they want Tua? Well, let me go watch the kid's film. And when I go watch his film, I say, man, I see the talent and stuff, but it's on full display when it's not hard. When he not playing against the best competition, which you got to be a quarterback in this league against the teams you're supposed to win. You got to play well, so I'm for that. But how is he going to show up when he get in the playoffs for us? And I'm evaluating them tough games, and I'm like, I don't like what I see on the field, honestly. I really don't. The balls aren't having great placement. The best passes he's making is sitting in the zone or a comeback route or a wide open guy who still got to turn around and wait for the ball. We rave about the 40-yard pass by Tua, but the guy had to turn around, catch it, and fall versus in stride. And people get mad at me for having that assessment of his game. You're not allowed to say anything bad that you don't appreciate in this game. But I ain't going to never sell out like that, man. I ain't going to never sell out like that. I have concerns about Tua Tagovailoa dating back in college. And then they throw all these stats. Bro, He's the quarterback with the highest completion, wide open receivers. Bro, he has a rating of this and that. Y'all got to understand where all that comes from. That don't mean with Flores and them getting their hands on them, they don't mold them to be a great decision maker, not hold on to the ball, read defenses well, and lead passes and do all of that good stuff. But coming out of college, man, this is what I had. This is what I had. This is all, I watched the film. That's what I saw. And people say you're just being mean to them and this and that. No, you were an Alabama fanboy or fangirl, and you saw no wrong. You saw no wrong in his game. It's not even possible. Tua could drop back the pass with great protection, with no receiver in sight, and throw it straight to a defender, and the people will be like, the coach told them to. I don't get that. People act like they can't love a player and still be critical of them. If you love them that much, you should be critical. Now we're on the next level. TD question, would you be excited if Miami came out and said Tua starting this week? Man, I would be ecstatic. I would be so ecstatic. It ain't about him playing bad, and it ain't about him playing good. If, of course, we take the good. It's just about finding out what we have now. I don't want another Lamar Jackson, ladies and gentlemen, and I know there are two different guys, but hear me out when I say that. I don't want a guy who's going to be an MVP in the regular season, and in the playoffs when they game plan for you, you're hot trash. Not saying that'll be Tua, but that's not what I want. I want to know. I want to be able to see what we have. That's it. Is that not fair? Daniel said, your opinion is definitely valid. That was a horrific performance in the Georgia game. Keep in mind, he improved a lot, however, and had a lot of good film last year. Daniel, I'll take it a step further. See, that was the national championship at the beginning of the year in 2019. The rest of the year in 2019, I saw improvement too. But the things that still were there was relying on mechanics more than reading. When I do the film, when I did his analysis, he still relies on his mechanics more than him reading the defense. And the one thing I never see from Tua is a pre-snap audible. That concerns me too, because they have so much confidence that the call they play is going to work that regardless of the defensive set, he hikes the ball. He didn't have to audible a lot. So what happens when you're there in one set and then they give you a totally different look and you know that look is about to crash your play? I don't see that experience, and I hope that we see it in the NFL on this level. And I agree. Somebody said he hasn't needed it. That's the problem. How can you grade somebody on something they haven't needed? So that's why there's some of the greatest quarterbacks in college football of all time have come into the NFL and were bust. Because it's a lot of things they didn't need in college that in the NFL showed that they needed. And when they pulled the cover, oh, you never was good at this. We never knew. Because we have no sample size to tell us otherwise. Somebody said LOL, but that's every quarterback in college, though. Jerby, you're wrong. Go watch Herbert in the national championship game. That man audibling. He up there calling protections, switching it up, sending a guy in motion, looking at the defense. Oh, they didn't follow. He audibling. Live, real time on the field. That's not every quarterback in college. Yeah, they all have flaws. And I'll point their flaws out too if they were our guy. But when I look at Tua's flaws, which he has gotten better, it made me not want him at 5, but I still would have taken him at 9. And I'm terrible for that. It makes no sense, man. Justin is doing that now. Herbert audibling now. I didn't see it much from him in college, but he's doing it now. We should have drafted Herbert. We don't know. Time will tell. Tua might come out and wax and Burrow and Herbert. We don't know. Time is going to tell us. The 49ers are beat up. Maybe a good game to put him in. They already said Fitz is the presumed starter. That's why I don't like me now. Kept schooling him about Herbert, and he hated it. Man, I just feel like you looking at this situation in the worst case scenario. No, Lutu, if I came out here and said Tua might be the greatest thing ever, and here's why, because he has a great arm, he can make throws Fitz can't make. And then I said I'm also concerned about Tua because he has flaws that I haven't seen fixed yet. And until I see him fixed, it could be a problem. You're still going to say, man, I feel like you looking at this situation in the worst case scenario. Even when I give you both cases, the only thing you hear is the worst one because you don't like it. That's the truth, bro. I'm sitting here constantly saying he could be the greatest of all time. Let me ask you this. When you watch that film, why don't you tell me what I could have said to even the playing field to make him look good? Tell me what I could have said that I didn't say. Somebody said, I wish it was more balanced. Show the good film too. You want me to show you the good film versus a team that ain't as superior? I could show you amazing film all day. I concede, ladies and gentlemen. Any team that's not in the top 10, Tua looks like the greatest quarterback of all time in college and NFL combined. Do I need to concede that? That's not what it's about. You want me to come on here and show you all the good film of not as good competition. Every time I pull up great competition, I want to show you the good film, but you got to find it for me, not me find it. I asked y'all. Half of y'all said Georgia game. I'm not being biased here and saying, oh, let me go to the Georgia game because I know he sucked in that game. I didn't even remember. That's the truth. That's the truth. I didn't even remember. I just went by what half of y'all said, the Georgia game. So I'm sorry, bro. And at this point, I'm sorry even more because I'm not really going to be able to show the film, even if you gave me a game now, because we done wasted it. We done wasted it, man. We have wasted it. And even if you go find the game, make sure that he's making tough throws to be critical. Make sure it ain't guys running all through the field wide open. That's all I'm saying. To be the best, you got to beat the best. I agree. Rhino Seats reported the stream. Y'all are ridiculous. Y'all are ridiculous, man. Flores looks so lost. Boyer and Gailey are worthless. Man, I'm going to leave it alone, man. I am going to leave it alone. Y'all ragging on. Listen, these coaches doing their best right now. These coaches are doing their best, man. Man, this is crazy. Anywho, Flores needs to play Tua now. Why do us fans have to suffer taking all these L's just because he ain't ready? Aaron, well, who ain't ready, Tua or Flores? Because that's your real question. Who are you saying isn't ready? Tua or Flores? You said you believe we be 3-1 if Tua started. Yes, because he can make certain throws that Fitz can't make, and they were available for us to make in those games. I do believe it. I do believe it. He can make throws that Fitz can't make, and they were available in that game. That's why. Armando Sugero was basically saying what you've been saying, TD. He's ready to see Tua as well. Also, Dave Hyde as well. Man, I feel like the only people that don't want to see Tua at this point, they're nervous that he's not going to look good. Like, how can you be an individual that's confident that he's going to look good? How can you be an individual that's confident that he's going to look good and don't want to see him right now? And then you ask those individuals why not, and they don't have a logical reason. Well, it's no need to rush. Okay, nobody's rushing. It's just time for him to play now because he can help us win games, right? That's not okay, that's another thing. Do you know what the term rushing means? Putting something out that's not ready. So if you feel like you don't want to rush him, that's almost conceding to the fact that the kid ain't ready. So what isn't he ready? What part of his game or himself ain't ready? So y'all talk to me real quick. All y'all who say that we don't need to rush it, tell me in the comment section right now, and this is open. I'm open right now. I'm willing to take any explanation. What part of him or his game isn't ready? What's not ready? Let me know. Because I'm going to end this whole conversation, okay? We're going to be done with the streaming for the night, but let me know right now what's not ready. What's not ready? His hip ain't ready? What does it need to be ready? That's a false narrative that his hip ain't ready. His hip is 100%. It is ready. Flores said last week, he's ready to play. He's one play away. If he gets in, I believe he's prepared to where he'll be ready. He's fine. It has nothing to do with the injury. But some of y'all want to hold on to that. Eliminate the injury in your head. Flores said the injury's not a concern. He said he's one play away. If Fitz went down, he'd be in as the number 2 guy. I want y'all to ask yourself that tonight because it's not the injury. And if you still believe it is the injury, take some time and talk to yourself and say, but what if it's not? I know that's hard for some of y'all. I know it's hard to think about all the possibilities, but just once tonight, before you go to bed, say, what if it is the fact that it's not his injury? Then what could it be? And I'm going to leave you with that. This is TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Time to go love on the babies. I done had enough time back here, man. It's your boy. I'll see y'all later, man. I still got a special prize special something coming to y'all way real soon. Stay tuned. Y'all gonna love it, man. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.